Hey, Tony Gas is here. And I want to pop in and talk about this because this happening a whole lot, and it in a lot of cases it's looking real. Like it's looking like guys just really don't know. And one of the things is men really getting finessed, and it's easy for us to get finessed because, to be honest with you, we think with our little head more than we think with our big head, and that makes us an easy target to be finessed. And at any time, we can be finessed. And here's the thing: I'm not big on, I'm not into at all the guys who mistreat women and want to put women down and want to control and all of those things. I'm not into any of that. But one of the things that we do need is we need men to have a head on their shoulders, and we need to move in a way that is advantageous for our lives in the sense of generational wealth, securing a happy, healthy, whole family. And what I'm noticing is it's happening on both sides. So in the single world, dating world, relationships, it's a lot of unattractive men to women. I'm not saying unattractive like I'm calling him unattractive. What I'm saying is there are men who women consider unattractive being finessed by women who are attractive. And a lot of it is happening interracially, but some of it is also happening within the same race. But one of the things that guys have to understand, and this is what I want to tell y'all fellas, is listen, when you get ready to get this woman, when you meet this woman, one red flag is if a woman shoot her shot at you. A lot of men don't understand the implications of that. If a woman shoots her shot at you, run. Don't even tie your shoes up. Just run. Because that right there says a lot about a woman. If a woman will shoot her shot at you, it's a good possibility. It's not good. And I ain't gonna, because it's different things that it says. And I don't want to just say one thing because it's not the case all the time. But in a lot of the cases, the woman loose. She'll pop that thing. You hear me? She done slid down quite a few poles. And I ain't talking about stripper poles. You hear me? She done slid down some poles. That's one of the largest implications, because let me tell you, virgins ain't shooting they shot. Women who done been with one man, two men, they ain't shooting they shot. 9 out of 10. Now you might have 1 out of 10 that this don't apply to, but 9 out of 10 women who shoot they shot, they ain't running from no dang-a-lang. They ain't running from it, they running to it. You hear me? And they hopping right on that thing. You hear me? When a woman get to that point to where she is aggressive, assertive, and she takes and flips society on its head, she take and flip the norm on its head, she flip tradition on its head, and she say bump everything that's been going on this way for ages, for centuries. I'm finna say bump all that and I'm about to shoot my shot. Run. It make me throw up in my mouth when a woman try to holler at me. I throw up in my mouth. The man is the pursuer, because the man is the one who got to get on one knee. The man is the one who got to provide. So a woman should never holler at no man if she don't want to provide for him. The Bible says a man who finds a wife. It don't say a woman who finds a wife. I mean, a woman who finds a husband. It say a man who finds a wife. So if you don't want to provide for a man, then don't go out there plucking no man out the streets. Don't go out there looking for no man. And so, fellas, you got to understand that. And a lot of guys do not see that. Men do not see that. Men be like, oh, she slid in my DMs. Bro, you got played. Bro, you got She did just like this. Yeah. And she finna fry you right up. She finna fry you right up. She finna throw you right in that frying pan. She might ain't even put no seasoning on you. And just finna get all the money you making. Every dime to your name, she finna have it, boy, cause she picked you. That's one thing men not seeing. Next thing I need y'all fellas to understand. If you can't get that woman, if you couldn't have got that woman when you was in 8th grade and she was in 8th grade, if that woman wouldn't have dated you, if she would have wanted a guy who looked different than you, she don't want you now either. She don't deserve you now either. It's other things about you that she want. It's that good job, or it's that good brand, or it's that good following, or it's that, good whatever it is. Money, but it ain't you. It ain't you. A lot of men don't understand that. Another thing is number 3. Women understand men better than men understand women. Women understand men better than men understand women. What I mean by that is, see, a woman very intuitive. See, a lot of times as men we blinded, but we blinded by our own thing. See, a woman ain't blinded by her thing. She's seeing directly. She's seeing and she picking up. So a guy will give a woman a little raggedy test and think that, oh, if she passed this here test, that means she the one. No, playboy. She know what you doing. She already know that test. She already know what you trying to get at. Like, she done studied you. You loud. You done been out there. You making noise on Instagram. She studied you. So just because a woman will go, if you got, especially if you as a man and you done built the brand, whether that's locally, if you on social media, anywhere a woman could study you before she shoot her shot, oh, you like a deer in the headlights, and she like a F-150 coming down with them headlights on high beam, and you just froze. Listen to me. The woman, she know what to do and when to do it and how to do it. And this is the thing. It don't stop just in the dating world. It goes into marriage. It goes into marriage. So it's a lot of situations where a woman could take and manipulate her husband. And she can manipulate her husband to do what she wants him to do. But what she wants him to do may not be advantageous for the family. So here's the thing. If a woman feels like a man is going to give away his money, then she gonna want that money. And what I mean by that is, if you as a man gonna be taking care of your mama, taking care of your homeboy, taking care of your sister, taking care of your brother, uncle, auntie, whoever that's outside the house, your woman now finna start trying to get every single dime you got. And what's gonna happen is she'll take and play on you, and next thing you know, she's singing on that microphone, you excited, boom, open checkbook, boom, you broke. When everything is not intended to go to one place. You supposed to help your mother. You supposed to help your father. The Bible say that. The Bible say that. You supposed to be a philanthropist, to give to the poor, to give to charity. You supposed to help people in need. So your money is supposed to be split up. Everything ain't supposed to be just in your house, especially when you make enough. But you have to understand that, because see, the other thing that men not understanding is when you do wrong, oh, it's all out war. If you done cheated on your woman, if you done put hands on your woman, if you done cuss your woman out, if you done embarrass your woman, I say 7 out of 10 times, it's war. It's war not by all is fair in love and, well, Now she want it all. Now she want it all. I saw a lady do a video. It's a lady got a video and she was teaching. She teaching men. And she said, "Hi, I'm such and such. And I am a narcissist. And as a narcissistic lover, as a narcissistic woman, when you try to leave me, I'm not gonna let you leave me. I'm gonna flip it on you, and even when I'm guilty, I'm gonna make you feel guilty. And when you feel guilty and you don't have the strength to walk away from my toxicity and you stay with me, I'm now going to take every dime you have and I'm gonna spend every dime you have." And I'm like, whoa, she's trying to help men. Like, listen, this the other side of this. This the narcissistic woman. We always talk about narcissistic man, but she was teaching about, it was an Asian lady. You might see the video now since I said it. TikTok probably gonna show it to you. But she gave the game. And as I started to study relationships, I started to look around. I'm like, man, you know what? I do see that in a lot of relationships where the man may have money and the woman trying to spend every single dime as if it grow on trees, and she's not factoring in the stress that it put on the man, but she just living, and she doing a little bit of this, doing a little bit of that. She doing what she's supposed to do, so she feel like, oh, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, so I could just spend how I want to spend. And she don't want to hear nothing about nothing. And so as I start to look and I'm getting to my studies, I start to see this. So today, what's happening, and the reason why I'm putting this is, I really ain't putting this for the sucker men. You know, I ain't putting this for the men that you want to cheat, you want to have 2 women, you want to have 3 women, you want to cuss women out, you want to control women, you want to use all kind of these male strategies to just get an advantage. I'm not talking about advantage. I'm talking to the men that need to protect yourself and need to wake up and smell the Folgers in the morning and realize, listen here, playboy, you ain't popping like that. You ain't popping like that. That woman right there do not want you. You need to come and consult somebody. You need to come and ask me. And I'm going to tell you, no, playboy, she don't want you. She don't want you. You got a bag to your name. And I had a young man come and ask me, and I told him the truth. I said, brother, listen to me. A woman who look like that do not want a man that look like you. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because she don't know enough about you to like your personality. And based on what you telling me, your personality is not likable in a relationship. So if this here look is not attracted to your look, because I done work with that look. And let me show you what this here look come to me for matchmaking. Let me show you what they looking for. But the reason why she dealing with you is because you got you a nice job. You got money. You ain't got money. You got money. And she know that. And so she coming to you to play on you because she see you like little ugly. She calling you little ugly to her homegirls. Yeah, he's not the cutest thing. Yeah, he's a little looks challenged. But you know how it go. She might not even want to admit that she using you for the money. And this is all relative. If you live in Podunk and you make $50,000, that could be rich in Podunk. You live in such and such and you make 100, you make 150, 200, 250. Like, that could be seen as a lot of money to her. If she come up in poverty, that could be a lot of money to her. And this is what you got to realize and understand. And men getting finessed out here, left and right. And I'm going to tell you, women finesse me too. Women have finessed me too. As a married man, I don't mean in like the bedroom and all that, but a woman could peep and she could look at me and she could tell. She could hear a little video and she could hear where my heart at. And then she'll come with a woe is me. A little sob story. She'll come with a sob story. Oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. And I used to give into it. Oh, I got you. I'm gonna help you right here. I'm gonna help you right there. And there's some women that will use that and they'll play on that because they could tell I'm a giver. They could tell that I live for Christ and that I'm big on giving. And what'll happen is they'll make it bad for the women who really genuinely in need. And let me help you understand something. Ain't nothing off limits now. Ain't nothing off limits. And this is what men have to understand. Your mama will play on you. Your sister will play on you. Your wife will play on you. Your girlfriend will play on you. Your niece will play on you. Listen, women a handful now. Don't come out there deer-eyed, cause that's how I was. I was deer-eyed. I just thought every woman could do no wrong. I thought every woman could do no wrong because I knew how terrible I was as a man, and I knew how terrible every man I knew was, except for my daddy. And so I looked at us like just monsters, and so that made me look at women as angels. I'm like, man, women can't do no. But then I started to look, and I'm like, whoa, my nieces play on me, my sister play on me, my wife play on me, my mama play on me, my female clients play on me. It's like a woman could read a man. A woman know where a man's soft spot is. A woman know how she could get some money out you now. A woman know what she could get from you. And the thing about it is, now me, I give what I can afford to give. I recognize and I see, I understand what's going on. But the thing about it is, where my heart is going out, it's a lot of men that's deer in the headlights. It's a lot of men that genuinely do not realize that this woman only want them because they got money, or because they got connections, or because of something of the likes. And I'm like, man, bro, you can't see that. Man, you ain't see that, man. Because on the outside looking in, it's easier. When you in it, you can't see it. When the outside looking in, boy, she done played you, boy. Boy, you looking like Boo Boo the Fool. One thing about it is, when I see a man who look like King Kong with a woman who look like Daisy from what it was with General Lee. The guys had the General Lee car, and Daisy had them Daisy Dukes. What's her name? Daisy? I just know she bought Daisy Dukes. But what's the name of that show? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Where the young white guys and the older white cop with the stomach on him used to come on after Andy Griffin go off. When a man look like King Kong and he got a woman look like Daisy, I'd be ready to throw everything in. I'd be ready to throw the towel in, the hat in, the charger, the AirPods, the wallet. I'd be throwing the caps in, the toothpick in. I'd just be like, oh my goodness. It's a brother in the NBA like that. It's a brother in the NBA like that. Well, it's a lot of them in the NBA like that. It's a lot of them in the NFL like that too. I'm like, come on now, brother. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. You need you a woman with a fupa. I don't know what that is, but I heard women talking about it, like the little extra stomach down there, the little stomach under the stomach, bruh. You need your woman with a little bit of that. With a little bit of that. Because you ain't had that childhood trauma for no reason. You ain't go through all that bullying for no reason. If you know you got childhood trauma and you know you used to get bullied growing up because of your skin color, your lips, your hair, your legs, don't get no money and then want to get brand new and just all of a sudden think that you him. No, you an adult version of the little boy who could. You're an adult version of that little boy. So you still need to understand, and you need to look back, and you need to say, when I was getting talked about in middle school, what girls was nice to me? Who was nice to me? Who sat with me at lunch? Okay, let me get this yearbook. Let me look up Okay, let me see what she look like today. That's the level that you on right there. She might be pretty, but that's the character. Then it might be the character that you need to be looking for. It's the character that you on. But the thing about it today is men just looking for beauty. Men looking for beauty. Men could look like the bottom of this shoe. Face could have bumps on it like that right there. Men could look like the bottom of this shoe. And then want them old Coke bottle, now cellulite having woman. And it's like, come on, brother, that do not go together. That do not go together. At the end of the day, as men, we got to be real with ourselves. I got this hairline sprayed on. Without this hairline, I look like grass in the winter. And if I was a single man, I have to understand, with this thin hair, I ain't finna have to pick up a little. I'm not finna have every woman out there want me with that thin hair. That woman want a man with a full head of hair. I have to understand, at 5'10", I'm not attractive to 90% of women at 5'10". It's a certain type of woman, and she gonna have a certain look on her. That don't mean she look bad, but it's gonna be a humble look. It's gonna be a realistic look. It's gonna be realistic. It ain't gonna be otherworldly. But see, this men get a little bag to their name, get a little height on them, and then they want a woman who look like God literally sat there and just handmade her out of the dust, from the dust, and then just got him a chisel and just chisel around the abs, went up to her cheek, went around them lips, planted a little extra hair in that hairline, gave her a good hairline, just tucked the nose the right way, did her eyes, set her eyes the right way, and just lift her, got her perk. Took that booty, got that booty perk. Men want a woman that look like that right there. Come on now, brother. Come on now, brother. You're not on that level. Come on now, you're not on that level. If it do not look like God did that with you, if you ain't had problems, if you ain't have to beat these women off with a stick, then what you looking for a woman that look like that for? That's not your level. So when you get played, when you get robbed, when you get set up to be robbed, when you get embezzled, when you get ran past the prenup payout mark, and then you get left, it's because, for one, you got an inflated sense of ego. You're not really looking at who you really are. You got to be real about yourself. You see what I'm saying? If I'm a single man, I'm going to say, okay, look, I'm 5'10". I got a little stomach on me. My hair thinning. Got to spray my hairline on. Okay, I'm not making 8 figures. The woman got a whole song. That's my type. That's my type. 8 figures. That's my type. A whole song. So that's indoctrinating these women. These women, they got anything going for them. They got a booty sitting up on them. They got some breasts sitting up on them. They got a face chiseled. They got a stomach flat. Listen, big booty and a smile. 8 figures. That's my type. I'm married and be sitting there listening to the song feeling dejected. I be listening to the song dejected. I'm like, man, I ain't 8 figures yet, huh? My wife probably don't even want me no more. I be sitting there like, alright, isn't it 5'10"? My wife probably online lusting after these tall men. Alright, isn't it? My wife sent me a video of LeBron James walking with a new Tiffany & Co. and Nike collaboration. It was on GQ Sports. She seen it on timeline. She sent it to me, just showing me, let me know, hey, this right here about to come out. You might want to get on it. But here go my mind. Devil go to planet. Your wife on GQ Sport. You know how many tall men on there? She looking over your head. She ready to get a old long leg, daddy long leg. Your little short stuff. Then I went to playing out in my head when I make my wife mad. I went to hearing her in the car by herself cussing me out. Oh, shrimp. Oh, stupid shrimp. Short behind. All this just going through my head. Listen to me. You know why? Because I'm realistic. I'm not finna sit here and big myself up and, oh man, you look so good, and man, you could have any woman in the world. And that's the problem with men today. In fantasy land, in la la land. Looking like who shot John and forgot to kill him. Look like who dropped the soap and did not pick it up or went to pick it up. And then think you supposed to have this woman that look like the best thing since sliced bread. And it's like, listen, that it do not go together. And that's why. So the woman come in and she look down on you. She look down on you. She look at you like a charity case. She look at you like she doing you a favor. And when she look at you like she doing you a favor, and this is the thing, I thank God. Now that don't mean my wife don't run me to that bank now. But when I met my wife, I ain't have no money. I ain't have nothing going for myself. And I don't even know why she picked me. And I think she picked me because she liked the way I look. And she had just got cheated on by a tall guy. So I think honestly she was like, well, let me give a short stuff a try. And I know y'all 4'11" women be like, Tony, 5'10" is not short. I'm 4'11", man. You 1 inch over the cutoff. You 1 inch. 4'10" is. There's a lot of people get registered at 4. Man, listen, that's different now. I don't want to be tall to no 4'11", 5'5'1". Okay, listen, because y'all, that's a different kind of short. Okay, God bless you. Now, I ain't picking on you. Stay out. Get out your feelings. But listen to me. She got me for me. You hear me? And then when I showed her I was a little crazy, she left me. And then I got her back. I showed her a little crazy. But it was something about me that she loved. It was something about me that she couldn't let go. And even when we got married and we go through and I get on her nerves and I'm stressing out, she ain't leave me. Now, she probably was ready to. She probably thought about it. And yeah, I probably have to pay for it on the back end of getting on her nerves. I probably have to spend a little more. But I had to, even in my marriage, start to just realize, come to a place of like, listen, you can't buy love. You can't buy love. As a man, you got to be able to stand your ground. You're like, listen, am I paying down this debt? Okay, pay down your debt. Okay, have you a cash savings? Okay, have you a savings on the market in your stocks, or ETF or what have you. Then you could go to splurging when everything in line. And even before splurging now is the kids' college funds put up. You see what I'm saying? Do you got your living will? Do you got your trust set up? Do you got all that stuff right there? You got your trademark for your logo or your company? You got your patent for your invention? Like, get your stuff in order before you get ran up the creek without a paddle by your wife. That don't mean you got to be mean. That don't mean you got to be a tyrant. That don't mean you got to be disrespectful. But you need to be, as a man, you need to be gentle yet strong. You could be gentle and strong. The opposite of strong is weak. The opposite of strong is not gentle. You could be gentle and strong. And that's what we have to be as men, to be able to say, hey, baby, I don't think that's good right now. I don't think that's a good idea right there. Like, we really don't have that right now in the budget. We're focusing on this right here, and we need to go ahead and get through this. And I hope you understand that. At the end of the day, guess what? She might not like it because she don't see if she not working, or she not working in your job, so she might not see where the money or how the money coming and going. She might not like it, but if she love you, she gonna respect it. Because one thing every woman respect is a real man. It's a man who can stand up and speak and be a good leader, be the head of the household in a healthy and positive way. And I failed at that. I failed at that because I was bad with money. I ain't gonna say I am bad with money. I'm gonna say I was. I ain't gonna speak that on myself right now. I was bad with money. I was irresponsible. So I set my family up, in a bad way. But then I had to realize that about myself and then start to make changes. And the thing. The power is in self-recognition. The power is in acknowledging your flaws and your faults as a man. And what I want to tell men, and see, the thing what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to cut out the vices out your life. Because the vices is slowing you down and it's making you stupid. And I'm going to use the word. I hate to use it, but it's making you stupid. And it's making you dumb. And the vice is slowing you down. That marijuana is slowing you down. That lean is slowing you down. That Percocet, the Molly is slowing you down. And it's throwing you off. So you're not going to be at your best. You're either going to be a duck and getting ran over, or you're going to be a tyrant and domineering and about to run a woman away. But see, so you got to get off them vices. The other thing what you're going to have to do as a man is after you get off them vices, you got to come to a place to where you real with yourself and you're acknowledging your shortcomings. And when you acknowledge your shortcomings, then you start to do the work, and you got to be able to stand your ground. You got to be able to know what need to be said, know what need to be done, and be okay being the bad guy. Be okay being the bad guy, because you're only going to be the bad guy for a season. So if you know what your kids need and your wife is not seeing it, you got to be able to speak up and say, hey, this is what these boys need. This is what my daughter need. This what need to be. Because a lot of times as men, we take that happy life, happy wife to a whole nother extreme, and we debase ourselves and we demean ourselves and we remove our influence. But God make a baby come from the man and the woman for a reason. Marriage is supposed to be between a man and a woman for a reason. The reason is because both of us have attributes and both of us are an asset, and both of us need to speak up and speak our mind and share what we feel is right. And if you married the right way, as a man, when you feel strongly about something, if your woman can acknowledge and she can see that you have surrendered to God, that you are in surrenderance to God, then your woman will submit to your guidance, your leadership, and submission will not be a dirty word, because she knows you're not misleading her. She knows you're not domineering. She knows you're not controlling her. She knows that you are leading in love and in service and in obedience to God. So that can help put her at ease, put her at peace. And then when she see things are set up, then she'll be able to be like, oh, okay, cool. I appreciate that. I remember one time we had to go somewhere, and my wife, she could see this account right here, and she could see this expense account, so she could see it go empty all the time. But she didn't know that I put money up because I never talk about it. And then we had to make a move one time, and the move was gonna be not like literal move, like run a play, what I mean, and it was gonna be over $40,000. And I was able to go ahead and just tap this other account, and she said to me after that, she said, thank you for making sure that our family is set. And I need to hear that. Boy, that thing felt good. But she had no clue. She had no clue, because she was thinking that because this here expense account goes low, that's all we got. Because she subconsciously trusting me to be able to make a way. And I used to tell her all the time, I said, you either got a lot of faith in me or a lot of faith in God. But I realized that it wasn't just God, it was me. That she trusts me as her husband to make sure everything gonna be taken care of. And she'll hold me to a high standard the way I got to produce at a high level. And then when I can't produce at the level that she may want, she okay with it. She'll be like, okay, all right. But if I could do it now, yeah, we're going to do it. And then you could look around, and one thing about women is women live for other women. A lot of times women compare to other women. But as a man, you can't care about if your woman is comparing her life to another woman's life, because we don't know what them other people had to do to get what they got. We don't know if it's fraud. Everybody believed in Bernie Madoff for a long time. We don't know if it's fraud. We don't know if that's come from a PPP loan. We don't know if that's a SBA loan, a big one. We don't know. Everybody company got a little something, but we don't know if it's $1 million one. We don't know if this man finna go to prison in 5 years when the FBI catch up to him. We don't know. So as a man, we can't get caught up in just trying to keep up. And I made that mistake of trying to keep up with the Joneses. And the Lord had to wake me up, had to shake me up. You hear me? Had to break me up. Then had to build me back up and make me up. And so now I realize, okay, I got to do what's best for my family. And I can't worry about the Joneses. I got to do what's best for my family. And we have to be, the Bible says, godliness with contentment is great gain. We got to be content with what God has given us. And if we not on that level yet, that these people on, we can't force that level. We can't force to get there. We got to live on the level that God have us at. We got to blossom where we are. Point blank period. And that's what we have to get to as men, to where we could do that, but be a gentle warrior. And what I mean by that is, you assertive and you courageous in the areas you need to be, and then you gentle in the areas you need to be. And I'm still growing to this day. And I'll be growing until I go in the ground. I'll be growing. Yeah, I'll never be perfect, but I'm growing. I'm still learning, still growing. But as I learn, as I grow, as I get a little bit of revelation, I want to share it with you. And what I want to tell y'all men right now is stop getting finesse. Stop getting finesse. Y'all boys out here getting Allen Iverson crossed up. And it's just not a good look. I'm just seeing too many men just out here just becoming ducks and getting played by a woman. Getting played by a woman who don't have your best interests at heart. And then overlooking the good women. Every day I talk to a woman who is a single woman and a good woman and being overlooked. And then guys going and marrying thoughts. Guys going and marrying loose booty 901. Going and getting this Jezebel spirit. Marrying Jezebel spirits. Succubus spirits. All the spirit. Incubus. All the spirits y'all done come up with. Marrying them. And then leaving. Just overlooking the women who living right. Doing right. Praying. Sacrificing. Growing. Working on her 3 B's. Brain. Brand. Body. Doing what she got to do. She being overlooked. Because men thinking with the little head instead of the big head. Hey, this Tony Gas. God bless you. Got to take my son. I want to have to practice. Pray for me. Pray for me. Pray for me. This here the thing we do for these kids. Boy, they don't even be understanding it. But the thing is, we ain't the only ones doing it. There be other parents doing it too. So we can't even toot our horn. Because like, you ain't doing nothing. Such driving their son. I would have too. I'm like, yeah, you right. But they ain't driving them in no Sprinter. Hey, come on, dog. Hey, God bless you. We'll talk soon.